All right.
All right, welcome to week two of our weekly overview. Today we're gonna go over some of the trades that we had last week, and then we'll chart out and see where we think everything's going this week. So first thing I always look at for those if you're new to my YouTube or this session, we go to Forex Factor, we check and make sure there's no significant news. So today is the 10th. Yep, yesterday was my daughter's birthday, so no news today. But let's check out tomorrow. We had no red folders. We had NFP last week, so no red folders tomorrow. So that's looking good. Tuesday, looks like we got a GBP red folder early morning time, Central Standard Time for me. 8:30 a.m. we got U.S. news. Okay, so CPI, customer price index. So they'll come out with those. So that may move the market just a little bit. The 13th, we got GBP again, red folder. So GBP is gonna get some action this week. USD again, 1 p.m. afternoon on Thursday. And then we have a lot of red folders. So red folders on Thursday. So we got the market's going to be moving this week, but it's not NFP, so we're all good. So that's our news. So let's go and chart out what we had. So last week, here are the trades we got going on. Let's talk about what we had. So just started with EUR USD. Initially, when I started, we were here. Okay, the first before it broke here, we were looking at it come here, but we said it had to test some more, so it never dropped. I mean, we never got this break here, so we ended up doing, recharting. Once we got that break, I ended up recharting it and saying we need it to pull back to this zone, and it did. So we made the pullback, boom, and went about TP2, TP3. So let's go with US 30. What did we do with US 30 last week? Right. So US 30 actually, we had planned for it to actually move up. It did move up, but it kind of just still corrected down. Okay. We didn't get a break of structure, so it never came below that previous low here. I mean, we can claim that possibly too, right? We thought that was it could be a break there. So this could be a downtrend. So let's just see how it performs this week. Looks like price didn't hold, so we may get a movement down. So we'll come back to this one. GJ, what we got? Okay, well, initially our entry zone. Okay, we expect it to push up as well too for our entry zone. We got it actually, fell beyond our entry zone, so we never entered for the buy for US 30, but it did bounce off that uh previous low here. So you see this is a strong zone here. Obviously, we caught this is also a demand zone here because it's more than 100 pip movement from this place, and it just came down. So when you see this, boom, price pumped up just like came here, fulfilled those contracts here, popped up. Okay, so let's see what this is going to do this week. If it comes back down here to do anything else, see if we get a pop back up. But if not, if we get another breaking structure, guess what? Same thing here. Price is going to do the same thing and bounce back up as well too. So, all right, that's US 30. Gold just went to the moon. Gold, no,
Yeah. It went up. You.
yeah, gold went up. Hey, what's up, Tanisha? So it's just us on the call here. So it's just an open call. Yes, I'm recording, but it's just you two. So you guys will get some good training on this, and we can talk back and forth as well. Here's what I see with gold. So gold, no lie, I'm kind of staying away to figure out what it wants to do. Let me just clear this chart off. Right now, there's just a lot of what's happening in the world. So you have this nice flag here. Okay. You can kind of see the correction here as well, too. So then you got that push up. Okay. And then it broke and this is an all-time high for gold right now, actually. You see it go through it's an all-time high for gold. So it's never been there before, which is crazy. Okay. Let's,
Wow.
let's take a look. So gold just hit an all-time high. Obviously, you can see we will need a correction. So you can see, when price push up, you can see what the market did before, right? Because the market moves, we call it measurement moves, right? Market always moves it the same way. So you go here, you'll see same look. Right, you find these similarities in there. So we're gonna do some correction here. I don't know how much correction, but some correction here, and then price may push up again. But let's see. But this would be obviously the area, the zone. Obviously, this is the zone in this area here. So we'll come back to it. All right, AJ. Let's see what we got. AJ. AJ, let's go back here. So we did call this one. AJ hit TP1 and then and then went down. So obviously double top there. So hit this zone. So this obviously we knew some orders were sitting up here. Okay, so we'll look and see what's going to happen for this week. Our price is right here. All right. We didn't call anything with AUD. AUD, we did call that one. I think what AUD, ended up doing with us, it went beyond. So we had, I think I planned, we were planning on entry off of in this area here, but price went right through there. Okay, came down to this point. We had 2 stops in there. So I was in this trade. So I got an AUD, This was the stop loss here. This bottom stop loss. If you hit this stop loss, you were taken out, and then price shifted all the way up. We got through TP2. TP3 is TP3 here. Let's look to the left here. Obviously, price just broke out, so it's going to correct, and then we're going to look for that continuation. So we will come back to AUD. We're going to look for that continuation. I think that next move, right? Next take profit here and up here. Okay, so you can see this head and shoulders will come back there. But that was good last week. Hit all the TPs. This one right here, what do we have going on? This one hit TP1 and then went up. So we expected it to come off this flat because we had some divergence here. And it did. It did a small boom and then came up. Now it may come back down and hit all these. What happens is if anyone's in this trade, it knocked out all this here. Okay. And then it may still drop through here. So let's see what this is going to do. This still these weren't big moves. It's still a corrective flat. Still look for that impulse move here. Really almost a second. Let's see what we get here. All this has to be filled in. So price is gonna come back down. We hit all TPs for AUD USD. Back to this, okay. GU didn't come all the way down, but it pushed up. We have a lot of GU news this week, so let's see here. GCAP pushed through, trending up. Let's see if we get a continuation for the trend up. So it is trending up where we got our clear higher highs and higher lows. So we wait for it. What we'll wait for is a correction somewhere in this area. Wait for it to respect and then go for the continuance of the buy. As long as it doesn't break this structure here, right? This is our previous higher low. So as long as it doesn't break that structure, we can enter for a buy. Same thing, trading up. We're gonna wait for a correction here. Same thing. GP Swiss. And it doesn't matter about these lines. I know I put this here. But really what we got to define is, right, this higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We need a higher low right here, right? So we see somewhere in this area, wait for a higher low, wait for it to respect the area, and then we go in for the trade, okay? Stop loss below the previous high. I'll come back and mark that one up here. All right, NZUSD did what it's supposed to do, broke out here of this flag right here. Remember, we have the converging flags here, so price was pushing down while it was actually getting stronger on the relative strength indicator. So we knew the push was going to happen up. So this let us know that buyer pressure accumulation was happening. So when you see price moving down like this, but it's moving, the strength is moving up, it's letting you know that buyers are building up here. Okay, and vice versa if we were doing the further sell as well. Very look at the EUR USD. All right, this might actually be a continuance up as well too, actually. So this may be a correction already. Once again, that's our low here. So what, 109? So about 30 pips. So if we end up entering a trade somewhere in this area, your stop is going to be about 30 pips. Get it below that point here, and then we look for a push up. Let's see what we got. Okay. Yeah. So we can look for what our potential is here. So we enter from here. 36 pips. And we take it here. I would say this point here, 96 pips, 156 pip potential up to this point. Okay. So we'll come back to this one. All right, UCAD did break structure. Okay, so UCAD was trending up. That was an uptrend, right? We can see that it kind of leveled out right there. Price broke, came down, broke structure. Okay, so potentially for our downtrend here. So we'll come and take a look at UCAD. This one I have between. This one will stand between this zone here. Is now it's now moved. So let's see. We'll come back to this one. It hasn't broken any type of real structure here. So let's see. It was consolidated. So we may get a shift back up. I'll call it still an uptrend. So this actually may shift back up. Ugly looking. Let's see. And ZD just came down to TP1 and then it pushed back up. This may be a continuation flag actually. So let's see what we have here this week. Maybe I had to eat off of this one actually. What our potential is so far. And we got over 100, 155 pip potential. Right. Get rejected off that top here. Okay. Last time I went there, rejected all the way down to back to this zone. Okay. All the way up. So we may get this continuation. Let's see if I don't know if it's going to continue back up to this area here. Let's look. We can look for it to break out of this flag and retest. But what I'll tell you, if you're looking at NZD Swiss this week, and let's say you catch it, this is the daily. So let's go to a smaller time frame. Here we go. Little flag here. So you see price came down, went back up. So let's see if it may keep continue. But ultimately, I feel, anytime we have it, this is a corrective flag. Okay. So this is an M. So typically when it gets into flags like this, there are 5 different data touches that happen before a breakout happens. So, it starting here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Check that right. And 5. That's such. Okay. So let's see. 5, we might get a push, a breakout to the downside. And I'm still expecting this here. So we'll probably change the TP. Let's see, what is this first TP? If we enter after the flag, after a retest here, looking at, yeah, that's a good move. 50 pips. Okay. So we'll come up to NZD-CHF. All right, NZD-JPY. I'm not seeing here. We have convergence, right? Convergence. So looking for a move to the upside. So we'll see. We'll come back to this one. So this daily. We'll come back to this one. Yeah, but possibly move up. Not the prettiest. I'm gonna stay away from cryptos. Bitcoin was wicking some folks out, so we're gonna stay away from this one. You can see it's topped out here. See that price? When you see this, no wick whatsoever. Okay, that's seller's momentum right there. All right, sellers just literally just took that thing over to push out. So people literally took profit. Like there was no it pushed up. It was boom selling. People, these were points at this point that people were saying I'm selling at, and they did. Let's see. Yep. Weekly opened up selling. Okay. They're all doing the same. All right. Let's go look at our setups. Oh, USD JPY. Did we go USD JPY? Check that. Okay. All right, so it did come down. We were waiting for actual buy setup, I believe. We sold here, but we're waiting for, I think we're waiting for that buy setup there too. So never hit. Let's see where we are overall. We're trending up nicely. This is a trend. This is just a straight move. So there's got to be some correction here. So looks like USDs, most of USDs are all looking the same too. So we just got all this right here. Price may correct back up, and then we get a drop, or a price may just continue. We'll see. What's the weekly look like? There's our weekly. Yeah, it looks like we just been in the zone, so price may come, boom. We may see price come back down to 140 potentially. This is the weekly, so to fill in, yeah, these are filling all these contracts here. And we already looked at GJ. All right, let's go back. Let's look at some setups and what we have. So a lot of stuff happened economically. So the crazy thing about US 30, when we look at long, this is the daily, right? So we have major, right? This is on the daily. We have major divergence happening right now, which means that we're expecting a good move to the downside, which we could have got. It came down to here, but I think that take a look at this. Let's look at our weekly real quick. We were really massively bullish before. There was no breath here. We had some small corrections, but this is still a part of it here, right? That push there. So even though we see price, it looks like price is strengthening, things are happening. What the RSI is telling us is we're losing strength. Okay. And so there's that. Let's see if this is a channel. I'm not sure. No, let's see. We're going to see what's going to happen. So, but what I do know, the ascending flag, right? We have our correction here. So we may look at price may break actually. And you can see this flag setting up. So as of right now, I do see US 30 may be coming down actually. Let's look at our 4-hour. It's the channel we've been in. And somehow perfect numbers happen, right? We've been staying here. So now that we have this, right, you can kind of, it kind of gives you kind of a viewpoint. Doesn't just because I'm doing this doesn't mean it's going to do exactly this, right? But we just look, this is when we look at these zones here, let me reset this. The significance of the channel, it stays within this range. So let's yes. So it just give you something it's like it's support and resistance as well. So this is actually, so I know everyone always talks about support and resistance horizontally, but we never talk about support and resistance is also your trend lines. Okay. So this is a trend. This is a trend, right? You see that straight. It's a perfect, because this for some reason trading is perfect numbers, but you see it's just a perfect area that is just trending upwards, right? At the same time, on my daily, you can see when we do this, okay, I'll point out divergence. Okay, so this is letting me know, yes, you're seeing prices moving up. Yeah, it's doing that, but really, is it? Okay, so even here, when we run this one line here, right, price may come here, we can look to sell here just based off our RSI, okay? Why? Because every time price, let's look here, every time price hit the top of here, it dropped, okay? But so the channel just gives you, this is support. I mean, I'm sorry, this is resistance. This is support. Okay. So we're looking at our smaller time frames. Same thing, right? Price hits off that it's almost like Bollinger Bands. This is exactly what kind of Bollinger Bands do as well, but it's like we're drawing them out ourselves. So same here. So what are we going to look at here? We're going to look for price. If price breaks above this, because you can see this is a flag or trending downwards. Price breaks above here. We're going to look for possible entry. Price breaks, retest this area, put our trade in. Stop loss goes below, and let's see if we get a push up to at least this area or a new high. Okay, and if we want to enter for a sell, we're going to look for price to break this area. Okay, break somewhere around here. and shift downwards, right? And we look, I always say go to that next low right here, which is that, okay? Or, okay, once, if not that low, then we look at the next low. What is the next one right here? Okay, right there. And if we want to go farther, we look at the next one right there, right? So price here in this area, 36. We'll take it to this area. Any question on US 30? All right, moving on to the next one here. Let's see. GJ, we got GJ definitely came from our top ropes here. I thank God. So we hit all of our TPs. Okay. So we did enter GJ. We hit all of our TPs here for the first one, but then we were looking for a retest here, never came back. So let's see what this is still an area here. So let's bring this down to here. We'll pay attention to this one. Several things can happen here. Same thing for US 30, right? So it may ping between here and we get a push down, or if it breaks above this area, tests this area and pushes back up for GJ. Like I said, I like to chart out Sundays, and then Monday we see what happens. The market pretty much kind of plays out. It may reject off this area. So what we're waiting for this one, because it may reject off this area and then push down. Okay. So but what do I feel like it's gonna do? I feel like we're gonna get a push up. That's what I feel. If anything, get a correction, but we'll see. I feel like we're gonna get a push up. But once again, we always allow the test, right? Can you see this area is being tested and it's respecting it?
It appears to me that GJ moves the same way as US 30.
Doesn't it feel that way? Yeah, yeah, it does feel that way. That's right. Definitely, let's see what we got here. This is definitely you see this zone here, you see how that pushed down. Same thing, this area. All right, let's see what we got here. This is 50 pips. At the end of the day, it's putting, if you believe that something's going to push up, always just put stop loss. You can put a quick stop loss here. This is what, no more than a 20 pip stop loss or 10 pip stop loss, I think. Let's see if you were, obviously not going to enter right now, but it's 20 pips right here, 20 pip stop loss right here, right? So I wouldn't enter now because the market is, I'll wait for the lender session to open up before I even look at starting to trade GJ to just see where how the market's going to open up. Look at as soon as the market up, see where price is going to shift and go to. Okay. We'll put the cloud in here too. We'll talk about trading the cloud as well too. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Actually, let me give you all. I'm sorry, guys. Let me give you these links because I won't be posting these in the group. Let's get this one right. Take these links and just put them on your notepad. So I'm putting them in the chat here. Just take these links. This is for US 30. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create another group that we will talk about these trades. So, because you guys are paid members for this call. So we'll create another group and I'll actually call trades in that group this week. I'll make sure once the market opens up and I have a clear direction of what price looks like, I'm gonna make this more clear of what direction it's gonna be going to. Hey, how'd your trade open up? Shadrach, did you close it or did it put you in profit?
No, it didn't push. It didn't move at all.
You didn't move at all? Okay. Just
Yeah.
if it stays that way, listen, you need to put a stop loss in place. It will, I'm telling you, that thing will pop. When the US market opens up, I don't know if I think they see these contracts. They see when your orders are in. They'll drive that thing. Okay. And I think this week US is gonna be bearish. But we don't never know. Just protect your money. Okay. Gold just went on his run.
Sorry, I went out. Sorry.
I was saying I got to let you back in. Yeah, seen that. All right, so here's our channel here. You see how gold is way oversold, okay? Way oversold is what they're saying.
So we should be looking for a down movement.
There's nothing between war and everything happening. Let's see, we got some wicks here. But yeah, we should be looking we just don't know when it's gonna happen. So just don't get caught up in gold. Listen, gold ruined my life. It didn't ruin my life, but gold will ruin your life.
Yeah.
Okay. It literally it just doesn't sometimes it doesn't pay attention to structure. It's not about structure for why am I not saying this? There we go. But I think and I'm not calling that, but we are due for it to push down at some point. So we got some wick areas here. See, wick up here, but then it correct. This is a correction. It hasn't corrected yet. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, correction. What does that correction look like when it does correct? This is definitely due for a correction. We'll see what happens. We'll let this materialize, but I don't see any right now. I don't have my MACD up. Do I have my MACD up here? It's okay. We'll come back. All right. We'll see what happens here. We do have some strength. I know we got that rejection off here. So we have this point here. See if it respects it this week. We'll come back to AJ. Let's see if it respects this area and pushes back up. Okay, so we'll come back to this one. Hmm. No. Potential sell opportunity for AUD, NZD is what we're going to look for here. Which that's what we called last week. But price pushed all the way up, hit that stop loss. Or actually hit TP and then pushed up. hit TP1, then pushed up. Let's see. All right. So we get a potential drop down. We'll bring this up. I will come back to this one. But we'll come back. I'll talk about the cloud too. Yeah, for our time. We're good with time. Probably you see perspective changes from every time that you go to, right? So daily shows us. When I look at the daily, I'm like, that's a sell, right? Long term is a sell, right? We're trending downwards, right? We created lower lows. When you go to the 4 hour, okay, what do we have? Trending upwards. But then on our weekly, this is at our trend here right now. This is our trend on our weekly, okay, and it's showing we might get a blue crossing on the cloud here. So yeah, it's trending up on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, but we actually are trending downwards on the daily, okay, and we finally hit this trend line here. So we may actually get a drop downwards, right? Especially if it's going to create a new high. But if it doesn't create a new low, then here's what we do. Because we run this Fibonacci and we say, if anything, we take it till this is our 61. So it hits pretty much all of our TP. So we're going to be looking for a sell overall. Give me 1 second, y'all. So we're gonna look for a nice, I think we're gonna look for a nice, so this one works out, a nice sell for 76 pips. At least a TP1, so 35 pips. So I'll be waiting for hit this one, right? We off the top here. So obviously if it doesn't break this area. So if I were to enter, now this, I wouldn't enter right here. It's just, let me see how many pips is that. I mean, unless you're willing to just risk those pips just to risk them, that's 20 pips right there. I want to guarantee that it's not gonna come back and whip my take whip me out, right? So, but a stop loss would definitely go here to prevent, last for sure. It's Water my keyboard. Give me 1 second. Oh my goodness. 1 second. All right, I'm back. All right, here goes AUD and ZD. Let's get set up. So you can see that price is definitely set up for this zone here, right? So let's go ahead and that one did what it's supposed to do. Let's clear this one off, remove drawings. Oh, this one still needs to, let me see. Got I think we have a 100 pip potential. Price may correct or keep bouncing off here, but we could potentially get a push up. So let's see what we get here. Like I said, I believe USD is going to be, which that's what everything look. USD look like it's going to be weak this week. So we're gonna do a couple TPs here. I'll probably take it up to this zone here, this area here. Price can come back down in this area too. Now, really, the stop loss should be here, but that's a big stop. Just know this can be for the full swing. All right, stop loss would actually go here. So showing here, this is we're gonna get a move to the downside here. Let's see what we got. Once again, you see that we have we'll call this bearish divergence, right? So we get prices going to shift down. Let's see what our potential is. This is the daily. obviously, I'll just put this here. Just always know that you're always going to look for a retest before price. So don't just hop in because price comes around this point here. We're going to be looking for price to break a zone area here. And also choose to enter here. Okay. Stop loss goes, but let's see what this is. All right. Let's see. Once again, I'll wait for, and so an entry on this, for example, okay. Depending on how early when you enter. Now, you see this gap here is going to come fill this in regardless. So either it's going to sell all the way down, okay, and then it's going to come up for the buy, and then eventually come down all the way down to this point. This is 60 pips right here. So if at some point you do enter the market, obviously put a stop loss. Right, this was the highest point right now. This may create another high other than that. But if it keeps on, it may wick this area, and then we'll get a nice little drop. Once you get an engulfing pattern, you can enter for that second candle or wait for that candle to pull back up. It's probably going to pull back up and then start dropping. Then you can enter this trade for the sell. Set this one up. Remember, stop loss is subjective. The base is based on your lot size. Me personally, I would want to enter after. Let's see what's here. I want to enter after, actually after this part here. About 15 pips, 60 pips. Personally, I would want to enter after here. Entry. Yeah, good move. It's good. TP1. TP2. TP3. Looking nice there, right? Okay. Yeah. So when dealing with the cloud, check this out. Okay, I'll talk about this too. When dealing with the cloud, Ichimoku Kinko Hao means quick glance. And so the cloud, I know I like marking up my chart, so I do this, but the cloud actually creates resistance and support. So right now, for example, this is actually a resistance area. That's what the cloud is. Any lines on the cloud is considered a resistance or support area. Okay, everything about the cloud has significance because numbers are constantly calculated, even to the point where you get this Ichimoku, we call it a Ichimoku twist, a Kumo twist, right? So this is the cloud. This is a trend downwards, letting us know, right? But then when you get this change here, this can be our corrective change. So we'll see this. If this starts to curve down, we get another twist. It's giving you confirmation that price is going to go down more, right? So this is what the cloud gives me when I'm trading as well, too, if I want to use that as a quick glance. What I also use, prices also pull towards this signal line here, which is our conversion line. Okay, the blue is our baseline. And so what happens also is price comes down, this line is going to wrap around, like almost hug the price to push it down. So once price goes, these acts as support and resistance as well, moving support and resistance. So once this line, let's say this price comes below this red line, this conversion line, it's going to start respecting it like it's a resistance zone, and it's going to push price downwards, which what gives us confirmation of what price is about to do here. Okay, so that's why I always look at the cloud too after I chart it out. Now you can see price is respecting. Price has been respecting this area. Now it's been consolidated here, right? But in another note, okay, price is actually shifting upward. Now we're looking at the daily, okay? So we're looking for short-term moves. This is a 90 pip move right here. So it may come down. So this is where you have to be cautious of, is it may come down. It's going to wick this area because you see this cloud on the daily. It's going to come down and then go back up. Okay, this might continually go up, even though we have major divergence right here. Okay, so eventually we will get a break through this cloud. Okay, but as of right now, okay, we're going to focus on this 90 pip move for us right now. And you can see, once again, you see how the signal line is right there. Our stop loss is above it, so it's great. Okay, so if you're ever trading with the cloud, what you can always do is when price is respecting this, we're expecting this to come down, you can put your stop loss above that conversion line because it's acting as a support and resistance line. Okay. All right. Okay. So that was just a little bit of training there. So I expect this to come down. So we are looking for the sell here. So let's go back. Let's take the cloud off. I'm going to set this up in your group here.
Randy, do you use self stop, or you just enter the market at that time?
I set alerts, so I don't use any. I stopped using sell stops because, man, price just I want to see what price does. Price will literally tap your stop and go the opposite direction, like, so I don't mess with it anymore. Um, so I actually set an alert. So for example, do I have an alert here? I'm going to set an alert here, and so it's going to say sell. And this is where, when I get this, I'll probably be posting this in you guys' group as well too, for you to take the sells. I'll start posting the signals until we create a real signal group. It's looking pretty good though. Let's see I like this setup. We'll see what this is looking pretty good actually. So I think we're gonna get some GBP AUD. I think this is gonna be a nice move. So let's see what happens. Feels that way at least. Always, right? All right, what do we got here? Reset chart. Looks like we did get our correction for GBP USD. What is it trying to do? Let's go ahead and just clear the chart off so we can look at this clearly. All right, looks like we had a broker zone here, so let's go with this. We're gonna see how this. I'm definitely expecting a correction, right? So we had a strong impulse. So we're gonna wait for a correction before we go in for any buy. So let me just put a text here. All right. This gives a better picture, right? So you can kind of see that trend up. Wait for the correction to finish, and then we'll look for. Here we go. Look a little bit better. 121. Let's see. You guys have questions, feel free to ask them too. So basically what I'm expecting here, this we call a trade in a triangle, right? We're expecting price to, it may not come way over here. Okay, it may just, this might be it right here. So it might respect this area here and go up and then finally break. So, but we are going to be looking for entries. If it stays in this zone here, you will be looking for entries somewhere around in here. It may go all the way to the end, but if not, you're still looking for entries somewhere around this area. Okay. Stop loss we will place here. But I'll tell you, if you just wait, just don't wait for all confirmation before entering any type of trade, because it may come to the stop loss and then push up. So you don't have to just enter. And actually, we're gonna bring the stop loss here. Actually, what is that? I mean, sensible. Yeah, it's not a sensible stop loss. So it's about 30 to 40 pips here. But if we just wait, if you just wait, let it, I will wait for true confirmation for price to actually engulf, get your engulfing pattern, get to push up. Like here's an engulfing, right? This is an engulfing right here, for example, right? That one right there. So we did get a correction, right? That's engulfing as well too. Engulfing, correction, right? So you had a engulf candle, it was an impulse correction, right? Another engulfing and it's pushing up. So this could be it right here, but it could come to this point and reverse as well too. So always, if you decide to enter the trade, stop loss goes before this previous low. So we'll just say here, okay? It's enough to know that whether the trade is going to go the right way or not. So that's a 20 pip stop loss right there, okay? GBP USD. Let's see what it looks like. Same thing. Remember we talked about, so here's the 1 hour. You see how prices, so you see where the conversion line is here. Let me tell you what will happen. And then we're going to trend up. So this is an easy move, right? So let's say we decide to, our stop loss is below that. So if I was into that, it's in a perfect place actually. Okay. Signal line is below it. So it's acting as support. All right. So this may carry it all the way up. Okay. So this is, I think the setup is nice. Let's see what's on the 4 hour. 4 hours already pushing up. So when this thing shifts up, this thing is going to move. Okay. So that looks good. 4 hour. Now we could get a drop here. If it starts to drop, if this comes up to hug this, and this is why you want to wait for all of it. Okay. This signal line may come up, price comes below it. It now becomes resistance. Okay. So in one instance, it's showing you where the conversion line is support. Okay. Another instance, potential that this conversion line will go up and push it up, or price is going to fall and the signal line is going to go above and it becomes resistance. Okay. All right. Let's see where our daily's at when we look at it. And then you see we have down here. So, so many things could happen. So what I see here is, once again, if price decides to push down, right? This is why we wait for the next candle. Well, that's a daily. So Monday, we won't know until Monday, right? We get the new day opened up. it may start shifting down, but we will see. But the potential that we have is that this day may push up, hit TP1, and then it may reject and come all the way down. Hence, this is why we see this red cloud here, letting us know that price may pull down, and we are expecting, based on our weekly, our daily, okay, this was an impulse move up. Okay, so we can expect the price will come down to this area. This is probably the 61% or somewhere around this area, this 61%. Matter of fact, let's see what this may be actually this is the 78, but watch this. And this is how perfect the cloud is as well. Go up to this point here, right? 78, 61 right here in between there. So price may just come, if it decides to run off the daily, the price may finally correct and come down this area and then shift back up as well too. Okay. But just be cautious when you're in the market. So I still like the way that this setup looks. Just know that stop loss here so that you protect what you have in your account just in case it does decide to fall. Okay. Well, we can see strong, whatever's in this area is strong, isn't it? So we see here on the weekly, that's why I have this here. So we put it right here. Price is really respecting this area. Okay. So based on when I look at these long term, it makes obviously I see this here. Look, how much is this? Let's see. It's 100 pips right there. Okay.
That's good, man.
Yeah, we have the potential for this one to possibly drop. Market is moving sideways. It's not trending. It's not trending down. It's trending sideways. So it's potential that we may get the drop. You see, anytime that the signal lines go sideways, it's letting you know this consolidation as well too. Okay, so you can see that when price did that, moved sideways here. Then what happened? It crossed. So price may drop, and then let's see, we have this area here. This is the demand zone. We're in 40 pips. Oh, that's the daily right there. So this thing moved from this area. It moved. Yep, 100 pips. Definitely a demand zone in this area. Okay. Same for this area. So we're gonna look for price to drop. It's trending downwards. And this is why I like to chart without the cloud. Sometimes it'll mess up your brain looking at the cloud too. I always like to do it afterwards. But what we have here. $30 pips, stop loss. And then 22 pips down to that. We're gonna wait, obviously, to see how this materializes, but let's see, we'll call because I want to see where it's going to correct to. But let's see, let's call TP1. We're gonna place it out. This is the highest money's ever been? No way. Okay, definitely not that as a stop loss. Let's go smaller. I don't know if it's going to come down to this area or not. It may, if anything, and we're going to wait for an update for this one, because it may correct. We'll see if it corrects farther down or if it just drops down to this area, or it might even drop back down to this area here. Okay, so if it drops down to this area, we are going to look for an entry though. Okay, stop loss will just come from the time you enter. You put it right below that previous point, so it might be here that you put the stop loss. All right, so this will change, but we're going to wait. PCAB. We got some good trades here. Let me see. Let's see. Anything else we can look at? Reset chart. All either we're just waiting for continuation patterns, y'all. Okay. This is actually a demand zone, a supply zone. Let's see what we get here, because now price just pushed up to this area to fill all these in. So let's see if we actually get a drop. So let's do this. We're gonna come back to this one.
Hmm?
We'll come back to GBP CHF. They're just ranging. Let me see. So I've seen this flag, so that's why we went into that one. We'll see what happens this one. Obviously, we can get some type of drop here, but let's see what we get. We may have a continuation as well too. So it did just break out. But let's see. We're gonna expect it did break above the cloud, so we're gonna expect the continuation on this one. Same thing. Price came down here. See, price went boom. Back on this area. So you may get somewhere to shifting here and then a push up. So what you see me looking at, I always look right to see what price did over here, because price always kind of does the same exact thing in the future. And it may not pull back all the way. This might just be the correction that happens, but we're looking for a momentum to push up, right? So we'll see what happens here. And it makes sense, right? AUD, all the ones, if you guys notice AUD, anything attached with USD as the base pair, you know that it's trending up, right? And anything USD is going to be trending down. That's what I'm expecting this week. And everything, when you look at these charts, that's what it's kind of showing us based on the other pairs as well too. Okay, so we'll see how it plays out. But that's what I see with EUR/USD. So we hit TP1 last week and TP2. So we'll roll through that correction back in, boom, TP3, and put an alert on here. right? So that's good there. And obviously the stop loss comes up here. Okay. So, and once again, just let price do what it's going to do. Don't just hop in this trade. Okay. This stop loss will move. It'll change. Okay. So let's go and move this one. We'll bring it somewhere up here, right? Now, this may not be the stop loss actually may go down below here. But wait for price to do what it's going to do, and then you'll be able to enter the market and then put your stop losses in place. All right, so let's do this one. EURU. Did we already do EURUSD? Actually, I'm just thinking about that. Let's see. Did I do EU? No. Okay. Now we're looking at, so remember we talked about UCAT. Now we're looking at where USD is the quote pair. Let's see where we're at here. Let's go our daily set chart. We had a breakout of this flag area, right? Price may come back up here. Let's see if we have something. But remember we talked about that cloud once again. That cloud, this is on the 1 hour. Let's see what the 4 hour looks like. Below the cloud, daily. It's not below the cloud, but below our signal lines. I suspect this is going to push up first. I wouldn't enter just yet. I would wait for a correction. Not that confident with this actually trade, but I would like price to come back up before it drops. Test back that area. Once again, you see that signal line right there? Okay. USD CAD. Same thing, right? USD CHF, and you're gonna realize they're all gonna look the same. If you guys are trading, make sure when you're taking these trades, like if you took a USD CAD trade, don't take a USD CHF trade, right? You want to take different type of trades that are diversified so that you're not caught in the same type of trade, right? For USD is the front pair. So get used to kind of diversifying your trades as well too if you take multiple positions. All right, so let's see what we have here, 1 hour here. So obviously we see trending down, okay? We have boom, correction, boom, correction, boom, correction. So we're in a downtrend, okay? Based on the 1 hour. It just broke this low here, okay? So we broke structure. So we're expecting our drop here. So let's see what our first, let's see what our first TP. Yeah, I'll say around that area there. Boom. Next one. Boom. Next one. All right, strong buying pressure. That diversions right here. Right, diverging away from each other, letting you know that price is actually getting weaker, so we're expecting a drop. So this is why I talk about those channels, right? We don't. Let me go to a smaller time frame, see if this matches up. Now, when you see it, you're like, okay, it's always go to different. You will see different things when you go to smaller time frames, bigger time frames. I mean, right? It's where price. Here's what we'll do for this one. 30 pips. Okay, good. Because price may go back up. So here's what we're looking for this one. We're looking for a break and retest of this area here. Let me go down to a smaller time frame. There we go. We're looking for actual break and retest of this area. Okay. So price closes here below this, and then it may test that, but price needs to close here. Okay. When price closes here, you're going to see the next candle is going to light up. Is going to be a bullish candle. Is going to go up, probably tap this area, and then it drops. It's typically what happens when price discovers a new area. And we're going to be looking for, let's see, once we get that, let's hit that TP1. Basing this off the daily chart. Just decluttering the chart here, y'all. Okay, this right. Let's see, no, that's not where I have it at, is it? Yeah, because I'm looking at the daily. Actually, we're going to do, because price did close below this area, actually. If price come here, break and retest this area. A smaller time frame. Yeah, TP1. 75 pips, nope, gonna come down right there. TP1. Just in case it rejects off, we hit TP1, and then if it continues, great. Once again, you're now in, this will be, let's call this actual entry. But we needed to test, break and retest, so just know that. You are AUD. B. 9. See if we have anything great we can do. Otherwise, we'll hit these rests later. Let me see if we just want to make sure we don't miss any moves in the market. All right, so this is see how this hot zone right here, URGBP. Okay, that's a we can play with this one a little bit. Good, great. Stop loss. This is an easy setup. All right, it's literally been in this zone here, y'all. So it came here. So we don't know if it's gonna break out. So either it'll break out and bust so we can wait, or price may push back up, which I'm thinking price hasn't been down here. You see it cleared all this. It still needs to come down here possibly. Or down to this area here before it moves up. So I have to bring this down here. I like this setup. Definitely look out for. Okay. Let's see what we're looking at here. And it may not correct. It might just go straight from where it's at, but always you can come all the way down to this area here. The stop loss is definitely minimal. You can take this stop loss away. Hey, that's 8. Let's just stop loss go way down here. 20 pips, 20 pip stop loss right here. Boom. Like that. And our potential. $70 pips. Okay. Um, and you can even tighten, if you want to tighten, you can tighten this up. I mean, we could tighten it up if we want to. So the truth is, I mean, I just don't want the wig down and then the wig back in. So we can come bring it down here. Let's see if there's anything on the left here. Oh yeah, there's nothing here. So yeah, I like this setup. I think EG is a easy setup, and even if it goes the wrong way, it's low risk. So quick 70 pips possibly. Low risk. We can tighten the stop loss. I would definitely see if we can wait down and see if it comes back somewhere in this area. If not, it's probably going to push up, and you can enter. If you decide to enter position, what I would do is enter a smaller position than what I would normally enter. So if it does pull back, I'm going to enter another position here, right, and then catch all that the way back up. That's what I would do personally. All right, I think we have conquered all this. Let's see. So, give me 1 second, yeah. Sorry, yeah, I'm back. We'll come back to EG. Obviously, you see this channel here, so we'll come back to this. I think we got enough trade setups going on. A lot of these are going to do the same exact thing. So look at NCD Cat. Yeah. Oh, it's right. NZD CHF. This is a good one. It's our setup here, huh? Let's do this one. Actually, I called this one before. Did I call this one last week and it just didn't? It hadn't materialized, or we did this one earlier. Oh no, it's been doing this throughout our, this is what it's been doing through, no, not through our session. Okay. Nope, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're waiting for this to actually materialize, right? Yep. There's another good trade here. That is 97 pips. We're gonna wait for it to break. Break this zone, this area here. Break and retest this area here. So wait for the breakout, test this area, and then it'll drop down. Let's say, what are we looking at? 50 pips, 45 pips, good. Okay. Now, if you decide to enter, once again, inside the flag, just know that the only thing about ascending flags, right, and trying to enter a sell position is if you decide to enter right now, okay, let's say you enter right now, we take this, obviously stop loss goes above here, but you're just taking a risk. You can, I mean, obviously here, I mean, see, what are we looking at? 20 pips, 40 pips. I like to just be guaranteed, you know. So price, because this flag, even though we hit 5 data points, so it may just push down. So that would be your stop loss right here. All right, we're finishing up, y'all. All right. Any questions so far? I think we're done for the night. Anything else you guys want me to look at before we get off the call? I like this setup actually too. If you decide to go in, let's say you decide to go into this sell here, right? Okay. Always remember, you know, once it goes into profit, put a stop loss in profit or tighten up your stop loss. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. We're going to have a phenomenal trading week. I'm ready for it. I'm excited. Also, I know Tisha, you were in the investor pool. Shadrach, you're not doing it yet. I'm looking this week. We should be purchasing. I've been waiting for Surge Trade to get DX trades. So they were supposed to have DX trades March 8th. So I think this week they'll have their DX trades ready. I'll buy our $500,000 account. We're about to have some fun, y'all. Make some money in these markets. So I've been excited about this. So I appreciate you guys, you know, plugging in all the time. We'll let everybody know. I'm trying to shift everybody to get into. We'll do our. I'm actually have an actual signals group where I know I do the markups, but I know people want, hey, when do I buy? Right? When do I sell? So I'll start giving that. Just know that when I give signals and it goes to a lot of people, the market will play with us. Okay. It will spike us out sometimes. So just be cautious of that. Continually learn trading. Now remember this. I'm gonna give you guys this while we have this training going on. Okay. And you guys know these basics already. M's are for the downside, right? Lock that in. All right, when you have an M pattern like this, these data points here, boom, okay? Price may still shift down. You get these data points, you may get one more. And that's why I say we just wait. Okay, you might get one more, boom, and then get the shift down. And then we get our breakout, right? Okay. But this is a flag. This is a corrective flag right here. So we know that we will get price at some point. Did I give you guys this one already? Now let's do this one. Okay. Already give NZD switch. No, I didn't do that one. Did I? Nope. Let's give you this one. All right, this is our last one. Here we go. Boom. Copy link. Let's have a profitable week, y'all. Okay. Biggest lessons for this week, I believe, at Shadrach, is we gotta learn, make sure we close out. We gotta learn to take losses. Okay. One of the best lessons I've learned, and that's what made me a profitable trader, is cut your losses. And when you're doing prop firms, especially when you're dealing with big accounts like 200K account, any account, just I want you to focus on percentages and not the dollar amount. Okay. So if you have a $200,000 account, and let's say you have it pulled back by $2,000, you're like, oh my God, it's pulled back by $2,000. That sounds like a lot of money. Okay. But it's not a lot of money in a $200,000 account. It's 1%. And so you're going to have to learn to say, man, I got to take this 1% loss. I got to take this 0.5% loss, okay? So I can make it 1% the next day. And if you keep that perspective, you're going to become a profitable trader. Okay, you're going to get really good, and you're going to realize it's just having confidence in your abilities. What does that mean? Holding on to a $2,000, $3,000 trade, it's only 1% or 1.5%, hoping for it to come back up. When you're looking at the structure, you're like, it's not coming back, but let me just hold it, see if it swings. It's you having the lack of trust in your abilities to make 1% in the market. Okay, and so boom, cut that loss. I can make 1% anytime. Right, I'll go make 1% tomorrow or the next week. And I'll tell you guys, last week, for example, man, my week didn't start off as like I wanted it to. I was trading, 6 accounts, and it didn't start off how I wanted to. As a matter of fact, I think each one of those accounts went into about 2%, the max 3% drawdown for me, or I cut losses. I cut the losses, but 3%. And so I was like, I cut them though. It was because it was US 30. But by the end of the week, I was down by 1.5%. I cut those losses and I came back up. I made the 1.5%. And guess what? This week I'm gonna do the same thing. And I'm not gonna stress myself to try to make bigger profits, because what happens is you take a loss, and what do you think? You're like, man, I'm down by 3,000. I'm down by 4,000. So what do? You take a bigger lot size so that you can make up for it. And then what happens? You take another loss, and now it's bigger. Okay, so still keep your same strategy. Don't do bigger lot sizes because you're down. Do the same thing, and you just got to do it multiple times so that you still have that risk management factor inside of your trading. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. Appreciate you getting on. I'm going to figure out to put you guys in another group because you guys were the only ones that paid for this session here. So I want to make sure that you receive full value. Make sure that you copy these links. Make sure you copy all these links out of here. If not, I'm going to put you guys in a group. I'm going to copy these links now, and then I'll put you guys in a group and send them to you as well. Okay. Tanisha say, if I wanted to do a second prop firm account, do you recommend another Katana account? I recommend you diversify, actually. Let me get you some, I'm supposed to do, let me get you some prop firms. These prop firms, listen, the ones that are not regulated in the United States, I just need you to be careful. Just know that, at some point they're going to disappear, and you'll know, because what Cortana is doing, they went from 10%, now they're at 7%. What the good thing is, when they're doing that, what I like about it, I know they're still paying out, right? If they're changing the rules so they can maintain money, that means they still are going to be paying out when they're just lowering the profit on you. So you can do Quantech. You can do Quantech. You can do Nova Funding. Let me check on them, because I know some of them, when they start having withdrawals problems, you don't want to get in when they're having withdrawal problems. So let me give you a list, and then you choose a list, and then I'll get you all set up, and we can get you passed again. Okay. And same thing applies. You'll get the discount and all that good stuff. All right. So, all right. I appreciate. How's your Cartana account going? Is it good, or is it okay? What you got going on? Lessons, learn some lessons.
A couple of lessons with gold, but we
Okay.
bounced back.
Yeah, gold. My God, gold.
Oh my gosh. And she's normally good to me, but I was like, what is happening?
When gold broke into a new zone, I was like, I ain't messing with gold right now. I need
Yes.
gold to form some. I needed to give me some data first, so I needed to pull,
Right,
make
right.
some highs or lows.
Exactly.
But yeah, gold will do that to you. And I know what happened to you. You probably got into the sell, and then you're like, okay, it's gonna come down, it's gonna come down. It didn't come down. Yes. Well,
Right.
if you don't have the account, then we can get another Cartana account. But if you still have the account and it's good, then do another account, do another prop firm. But if you need another Cartana account, you can do Cartana. They're 21 days for their withdrawal.
Okay.
And then Quantech is 30 days now. I'll go next funding. I think they're gone now. I'll look at some others, especially if you want to try another prop firm, you can. So
Okay. Great.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna get this. I'm not gonna end the call yet, but I'm gonna play some music and I'm gonna copy this. But I appreciate you guys being on. Enjoy your night, and let's look forward to a successful trading week. You guys have a good one. Peace. I'm gonna stop.